We them boys.
So what, is it going Cowboys? Never mind.
Yeah. We're gonna start off at the top of division, Joe. But we them boys. We're live again for division preview.
Because I don't like Cowboys.
Oh yeah, well I do. Just pretend that you didn't see that either. You didn't see the intro or that, and that we're starting fresh right now. Ready, go. Welcome to MJT Football's Division Preview Season 2. We're doing the NFC East today. Pretty pumped for it because, I like talking about the NFC East, and this division is close every single season, it feels like. Every single season, a new winner takes over and wins the division. Joe, Tony Tucker, the J and the T and the MJT. How are you guys doing? You ready to talk about the NFC East? Joe, Tony, Joe.
That's how excited I am about this division. I'm not ready to talk about it because we got to talk about America's team and the damn Dallas Cowboys and bring up all their fans. And then the Eagles fans thinking that they're still great with a guy named Jalen Hurts. I'm not ready to talk about this division, but I'll talk about it.
Heineke season. Heineke season. That's all that matters. Even though he got outplayed by Sam Howell in the preseason game.
Here we go with the Heineke season. Before we go anywhere else, I'm not going to forget this time because I got to give myself a shout out here. So I forgot to say who won the NFC West in 2021 because this is a competition, by the way. And we're going to give our record predictions at the end of the video. So drop yours in the comment section below and compare them to ours at the end. But I won the NFC West, tied with Joe. But I don't really count that. And then I also won the NFC East. So I guess call me the NFC guru. Guru.
Yes, you're 2-0 so far in your NFC divisional predictions.
Well, it's because them boys, obviously. We're going to get into it, but we need a reminder from Coach, what's his name again?
Oh, timeout. Bring it in. Closer. Right now. This is what I need you to do. I need you to scroll down right there and smash that subscribe button.
Smash that subscribe button. You heard the coach. Don't make him blow his whistle and tell you to get him chopping and start doing these up downs. All right, let's get into this. I think we're ready. NFC East, we're going to give you guys the guaranteed good, the guaranteed bad or something that's going to go wrong, and a breakout player for this entire division. We're going to go around the horn. Joe, starting with our guaranteed good. What do you think is going to go right for a team in this division?
Oh, something that's going to go right? I don't know. I was going to say my guaranteed good in this division is Nick Sirianni bringing the fire every weekend, fired up on the sideline, yelling at other coaches, yelling at his own players, trying to fight fans in the bars. That's who I can guarantee that Nick Sirianni is going to bring fireworks every single week. They might not put it on the board, but he will bring it and bring the heat.
Was Sirianni the one that got into the argument with a Giants fan or something in a random place?
Yeah. He got into it in the preseason game. He was yelling at
Saleh.
Yeah.
Ironically.
Robert Saleh, somebody who could whoop his ass, but he didn't back down.
So Sirianni was going nuts on the sidelines with that late kind of out of bounds hit on Jalen Hurts, and I love that fire. It's so funny how quickly the perspective changed on that one coach because we were all making fun of him at the press conference. They make the playoffs, and now we look at it completely different. I was going to go with the Eagles, in Jalen Hurts, but I'm going to pivot to the Commanders and Terry McLaurin. Terry McLaurin has somebody who I think is a legit number 2 in Jahan Dotson to help take some of a little bit of the focus away from him. And he's about to play with his, best quarterback play, whether that is Carson Wentz or it's Taylor Heineke in his second year. Just the experience that he will have with quarterbacks who've now been in a system in back-to-back years. I think Terry McLaurin can flourish and guaranteed really kind of garner the respect of more NFL fans. I think people know about him if you play fantasy, but just having that thing where it's like every week, did you see what Terry McLaurin did this week? And he's just putting up big numbers in the passing game.
And he has that ability I see it, man. When I'm popping on Terry McLaurin tape, I'm like a kid, man. His route running is top notch, and he surprises you with how good he is at adjusting the ball when it's in the air. I mean, he goes up and gets passes that, you wouldn't think that he's able to grab, and he does it on corners that are even bigger than him sometimes. But I'm going to go to Philadelphia, back to Philadelphia for my guaranteed good. And my guarantee is that quarterback Jalen Hurts will be the Eagles' franchise quarterback by the end of the year this year. I think the Eagles have a good roster. I think that they are helping him out. They're bringing weapons in like A.J. Brown. If A.J. Brown is healthy, that is a huge add to this offense. Even with a bad passing quarterback, if you think Jalen Hurts is a terribly bad passing quarterback, A.J. Brown helps out this offense a ton. I think Jalen Hurts will be the franchise for the Philadelphia Eagles after this season, the established franchise. All right. You like it, Joe? You didn't look too happy.
Oh, I'm not putting any money on Jalen Hurts, but that's cool. You can do whatever you want.
Mike, I'm going to second your emotion there. That was going to be my other one, was that he's going to take that step. I don't necessarily think he'll ever be an elite passer, but he'll be a very good passer, and then all of his athletic ability. And he just seems like a really great leader and the kind of player that his teammates want to rally around and play hard for. So those are good qualities, great qualities for me.
And since high school, if you go back in Jalen Hurts' track since high school, he has improved every single year that he's played football, and he has improved drastically to the point where he's almost a Heisman candidate in college. And now he's in the NFL, and if he improves on what he did last year, it's going to be very solid in the NFL, very sustainable. All right, let's go to our guaranteed bad or something that we think is going to go wrong. I'm bracing for this one, Joe. Go ahead.
Dallas Cowboys. I don't know. I just think their offense is going to take a giant step back this year. We don't even know how great Zeke is or how good Zeke is, if he's going to get beat out by Tony Pollard sometime this season. The receiving core is really taking a step back. And I know all they lost was Amari Cooper, but Amari Cooper is a bigger threat than people thought and had a couple of those guys wide open. And you got to hope that Michael Gallup stays healthy. And that defense, I mean, really, Diggs is the best cornerback in the league. He gets burnt more than anybody else in this damn league, too. Of course, he makes a couple interceptions, but he gets burnt, too. And they didn't bring enough people in to help Diggs and Michael Parsons, in my opinion. I think the Dallas Cowboys have a hard time. And what is they're having problems with, too, Mike? The kicking game.
Yeah, that's going to be one of my guarantees, was that Mike McCarthy is looking over his shoulder and just seeing Sean Payton in the shadows. What's that, Sean Payton? You're here for my job already? It's only October. It's going to happen.
He's already doing it in his own building, too, with Kellen Moore and Dan Quinn. You're fighting with your own assistants. Like, you already know that Jerry Jones kind of likes them a little bit more than you, so that's never good.
My guaranteed bad or something that might go wrong is that the team that scored the most points in 2021 won't be in the top 10 in 2022, and that's the Dallas Cowboys. So I think we're around the table guarantee the Cowboys offenses.
So real quick, I wanted to say my other one that I was going to add was that we will have definitive answer that Danny Dimes is not the quarterback of the New York Giants. Like, we will know that this year. I don't think that things are going to go well at all for that situation. So,
well, there's two quarterbacks in the division that you will know if they're in the NFL or quarterbacks or not, and that's Carson Wentz and Danny Dimes.
Yes, yeah. But I don't feel quite as strongly about that. I still think that Carson Wentz has shown me enough glimpses where, if some reason he can play more like the good Carson Wentz than the bad Carson Wentz. I know people tell me that Daniel Jones plays really good football sometimes. I don't see it. I see like adequate football and somebody that you'd like as a backup. I've never seen starter level football.
Very, very similar to Drew Lock. Very, very similar when you talk about Danny Dimes' game and how you can see the talent there and that he has something that was God-given there, but it just isn't quite clicking in the NFL. There is something that is moving too fast for him, I think. And I think that the league is too fast for him. And he was kind of a surprise pick in the draft anyways to the Giants. Like I was like, what? When they drafted him, huh? What?
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like the difference level, like you have enough talent to get there, but then it's like that little extra puts you in the franchise startable category. There's nothing wrong. Like he's a talented dude. It's just I don't think he has that next level of talent. I haven't seen it where I would be comfortable being like, here's $45 million a year.
Y'all heard Colin Cowherd's take on Daniel Jones?
No.
He straight up said, he's like, yeah, I mean, he's decent, but he looks like a quarterback that played at Duke.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, he played in college football, but he played at Duke. It's like, Jesus, Cowherd going in on Danny Dimes. All right, let's move on to our breakout player. I hated that Cowboys hate fest we just went on there, too. Breakout player, Joe, for the NFC East. I'm interested to hear it. Hopefully you don't steal mine.
Well, I was going to say Barkley's back. Barkley's going to be back and going to be the old Saquon Barkley that we saw. There's a couple of other guys that I like in Jahan Dotson, and I know you guys probably like him. But I think I have to go with Philadelphia, and I have to go with Nakobe Dean, the linebacker, as he's going to be the breakout guy and the guy that everybody's going to be like, why the hell did we pass on him in the draft and he's healthy and going? Nakobe Dean is going to make people look stupid for passing him on the draft.
Mike, I'll let you go next, and I'll take
Yeah, because we are flying with the Eagles on this episode so far. I'll tell you what, because my breakout player that I'm going with is the big boy, Jordan Davis. The rumors were that stamina was going to be a problem for him in the NFL, but I watched that preseason game. He looks like he's ahead of schedule, and he looks like a monster. He's going to be playing next to a healthy Fletcher Cox this year. I think Jordan Davis is going to shine, and I think Jordan Davis is going to establish himself already as one of the better and more or highest potential interior defensive linemen in the NFL after his rookie year. I'm pumped to see this kid. I feel like he landed in the perfect spot to learn what he needs to learn, all while getting the reps that he needs to get.
Yeah, I agree. I really like Jordan Davis, and it would have been nice. It would have been nice to have him, but I'm extremely happy with Zion Johnson. Why couldn't we have 2 first-round picks? I'm going to give an honorable mention to Brian Robinson Jr. because he just feels like somebody that Ron Rivera is going to love giving the football to and saying like, hey, give me 3 yards, give me 20 yards, but just run, crazy intensity up the middle. The person I'm going to go with is Jalen Tolbert, the wide receiver for the Cowboys. He's being put in a situation where he's going to have to perform. And I think that is a good opportunity to be playing alongside of CeeDee Lamb and Dalton Schultz with a good running game and a veteran quarterback. He's coming into a situation where we'll go, oh, maybe giving Michael Gallup wasn't a great use, because Tolbert looks like he can be a player in this league. And it was a very nice, trade away of Amari Cooper. Like, you're fine. You can find new talent in the draft because you paid your quarterback $45 million. And now he needs to make sure that he can make the receiver great. So Jalen Tolbert will be the guy that we're all going next summer. Like, they got that pick right.
Go Cowboys. Go Cowboys. All right, we're going to get into our record predictions here, y'all. But before we get into it, make sure y'all comment your record predictions in the comment section below. So that way when we put ours up, you can compare them and see which guy you agree with most out of the 3 of us. Joe, you ready to put this thing up? The reveal? Who's winning this division? Fly, Eagles, fly on the road to victory. 302 Birds doing backflips right now. All 3 of us have the Eagles winning the division. I'll start off. I think that the Eagles are a really good roster that just needs 1 year to play together before I think that they're going to take that step to where you have them, Tony, at like 12 wins. But I still have them winning the division. I feel like the Cowboys took some serious steps back this year. I like what they're doing, though. Don't get me wrong. I'm not completely hating on the Cowboys. I have them outside the playoffs with this prediction as well. I think that the way that they're resetting this without like going into a full rebuild where they got to be terrible while paying Dak Prescott is genius. I like it. They're going young on the offensive line. They're going young in the wide receiver core, and they've got some promising guys on defense to build around now with Micah Parsons. So I like the way that they're going. There's a little bit of a reset going on, and I think there's going to be some hiccups because of that. The team's just not as talented with some of these guys that they lost on the offensive line, and of course, Amari Cooper. The Commanders, always on the fence about them every single season. I think that the return of Chase Young, and I probably should have gave a shout out to this in any of those segments that we did, the return of Chase Young is going to help out this defense a ton. You saw the impact when he left. The defense went from like the best in the league to one of the worst in the league, just losing their elite pass rusher. If he's healthy, he's out there balling, I believe that the Commanders' defense is going to be better. I think that Carson Wentz is an upgrade from Heineke. Sorry, Tony. So the offense is a little bit better. So I think they do a little bit better, but I still don't have full faith that the Commanders are good enough to make a press for this division. But I have them finishing 2 games out, so they're in the mix. And the Giants, another team I think is just going to have a god-awful season, man. They're having a whole reset season. It's a good year for Brian Daboll to get all of his head coaching mistakes out of the way, and he can hand select his quarterback of the future. They really should have brought in like Mitchell Trubisky or somebody. They really should have to give them some kind of hope this year. Joe, congrats. You're on the clock. We had almost the same prediction.
Well, I don't like the NFC East, and this is, I mean, I've always been biased against the NFC East, I guess, because it's hard division for me to accurately judge because I hate the Cowboys so much. But it's one of those divisions that you're looking at, and you're looking at the schedule, and you're like, no, they don't have the talent to be there. Like even the Eagles, like we're high on the Eagles, but do I see them winning more than 10 games? No, I don't. I really don't. Like I can see them losing a couple of these games because they get mismatched. And you saw how good even the Eagles made the playoffs last year, but they were the worst playoff team in there, and they got destroyed by Tampa Bay in that first round. They looked horrible. They looked like the worst team. Even Big Ben and the Steelers looked better than them, and that's pretty sad. So that's why I'm taking the Eagles at 10-7 to win the division barely over the Cowboys. I didn't want to give the Cowboys 9 wins, but their schedule allows them to do that. They're too good not to win some of these games. The Commanders, I like what they're doing. I just think they're going to be struggling a little bit more on defense, especially with we don't know if Chase Young's coming back 100%, how long it's going to take them. I think they're a couple more pieces away, but I think they make great strides on offense with the weapons that they added. The Giants, they're the Giants, right? They were too messed up by Dave Gettleman to turn it all around in one offseason. But I think they're going to be in the right direction as well with Brian Daboll. But it's just too tough of a schedule right now for me to be able to go give the Commanders and the Giants too many wins. But when if I'm going to give them 2 bottom ones, I got to give the Cowboys some wins, right?
That's true. That's true. Fire away, Tony. You got it being a lot closer than me and Joe do as far as the race for the top.
The Eagles, 12 wins. I really like the defensive upgrades that they made. Right, they bring in Kazir White. Hassan Reddick, and you get Jordan Davis in the draft. I think those are all great. They have a lot of veteran leadership and still have Slay, who I think is a very nice corner. So you combine that with a great rushing attack, Jalen Hurts, another year, and you add A.J. Brown, another dynamic piece to this offense, that helps out Devonta Smith, who had a pretty good rookie season. So I know a lot of people will say, well, they don't have the running back or whatever, but they have Jalen Hurts in that combination. I think that they're set to win a bunch of games. The Cowboys with 9 wins, I almost didn't even want to go that high. I know that they're supposed to win games, but it just feels like you were supposed to win the playoff game against the 49ers too. You're supposed to do a lot of things that you don't do right. The Commanders getting 9 wins from me as Ron Rivera is to me is a difference maker at the coaching position. Is it enough to overcome some of the problems I see on defense or the things that I would like to be better? One player I believe could have a positive impact is Curtis Samuel. Like just get out there and be healthy for that team in the different ways that they have the ability to use him. And then, like I said about the Giants, the 7 wins, 5 of those are Tyrod Taylor. This is not pretty. I am really hoping to see Evan Neal have a good season and Saquon Barkley in the run game hopefully be something that's exciting about that team. And then Kayvon Thibodeau. That is another player where it's like, all right, young man, go out there, dominate, be exciting, continue to build your brand and show that these two things can coexist. Somebody who's focused on what they're doing and also focused on the field at the same time. Personal life, business, mash them together, and take over the world. Start your own cryptocurrency. Kayvon cryptocurrency.
Fly, Eagles, fly, man. Fly, Eagles, fly. They also got James Bradbury to add to that long list that you listed off, Tony. This team, they put in work this offseason. They're giving Jalen Hurts a sincere chance. If Jalen Hurts can grow a little bit, they're gonna be even more dangerous in the future, in the next couple of years. Pretty stoked about it. All right, that's our predictions for the NFC East, everybody. Hard division to call usually from year to year, and we all have a new division winner once again this year. I'm glad we agree on the Cowboys this year because that was a hot button topic last year. We were going back and forth on the Cowboys.
We all agree on America's team being average.
Yeah, we're about to see America's team tomorrow, actually. Oh, Tony, you can't make it. I'm going to see America's team tomorrow, see what they're made of against the Chargers and a scrimmage game. And Staley said that the starters are going to play the scrimmage game and the backups are going to play the preseason game. So I'm getting the better show by going to the scrimmage game than I am going to the damn preseason game. Pretty pumped for it. Pretty pumped for it. Anyways, if you guys need a reminder, real quick, hit that subscribe button. Like this video before you go anywhere. Comment your division predictions. Share this video with some more NFC East fans, especially ones that our predictions will piss off. Cowboys fans. Send it to all the Cowboys.
We them boys.
We'll see you guys on the next division preview, which is going to be coming in the next couple of days, I'm sure.
We them boys.